Hello, I come to you debuting my baby bangs. I'm not sure how to not make them look like a mustache on my forehead yet. Still trying to figure that out. I want to talk about some of the skeletons in my closet. It's so easy to come on here and be like, I do this for minimalism, and this is what I declutter, and this is what I don't have, blah, blah, blah. But I don't talk about the things that I struggle with minimalism. So yeah, we're gonna talk about one of those today, and that is my digital clutter. I think a lot of people can relate to this with physical possessions when you just like are so overwhelmed by the amount of physical possessions that you have that you just don't know where to start. And luckily for me, I have been focusing so much on my physical clutter over the last 9 years that it's pretty easy for me in some circumstances. I still have one area that I struggle with, and we can talk about it in a different video, but digital clutter, that is how I feel about my digital clutter. I'm so overwhelmed and I just keep adding to it. I don't know where to start. And so this is kind of my game plan that I have for myself to tackle some of my physical clutter. I'll be focusing mostly on like photos and videos, also documents and emails as well. This video was actually inspired by an unfortunate situation, and that was that my family and I had to lay our family dog Remy to rest last week. It's been a very tough time. I almost didn't film this video this week because I've been struggling with it. It's a year after losing our other family dog Diesel, and yeah, I'm just sad. But as one does with grieving, you go back and look at pictures and videos, and I remember getting just really frustrated by all the other pictures and videos that I had that are just so meaningless and stupid. And I'm like, why do I have these? Like, I just want more pictures of Remy and videos of him because I miss him. And obviously that reaction is coming from grief, but it still holds a certain point of like, why do I have so many useless, like random pictures of things? Like, don't get me wrong, I love my sunset photos, but I want them to be tied to like something special. The day that Remy was laid to rest, there was a beautiful golden sunset in the sky for him because he's golden. He's my little golden boy. But yeah, like I would want to keep that because I'm like, oh, that's the sunset. You know, you can shame me. All right, it's fine. I shame myself. I have 18,701 photos, 5,708 videos. Okay, first plan of action, I'm tackling my photos and videos first. What I want to do is since I'm in the month of May, I'm going to go back to May of each year and go through those pictures specifically and just delete the ones that I don't remember taking. They don't mean anything, any duplicates. I'm known for taking a picture of something like 20 times and like over-analyzing the way that I look or how I was posed or how the lighting looks in this photo. And then I just don't delete the ones that I don't like. I have a lot of data on this, but I do remember reading somewhere or hearing somewhere that when we rely too much on photos and videos to remember something, it actually makes it harder for us to remember those moments. I want to start practicing the tradition of journaling my experiences and my feelings, and so that way it helps me to remember those more. You know, I journaled after my wedding, and that helped me to kind of relive the night, and it was really special to me. And obviously I have all the pictures and videos of them, but to know how I was feeling and thinking, like that's something that's really important to me. I think it's like a really easy way to just snap a photo and think, oh, I'm going to remember how I feel in this moment. But when you journal it, you really do remember how you feel, and you can go back and read that and experience that. A content creator on here, and I'm blanking on her name, but she had mentioned in a video how she does kind of like a recap video for all of her trips. And I was like, that is freaking genius. You know, we do this for social media. We create these like reels or highlight recaps of things that we go to by stitching a bunch of clips together. Why don't we do that for our library? Just take every single video that you have and stitch it all into one. And you can do this through like a social media app. You can use the app. I use InShot personally to do some like video editing. Look who came to visit us. Quita, say hi. My plan of action is to go back to some of those more like major events in my life and to stitch together all the clips so that I can get rid of all the individual clips. Just went to a concert 2 nights ago, and you stinkies. Did you fart? Next plan of action. I have a Dropbox subscription. I have some like pictures from like 2012, 2013 that I just don't look back on as often. And I just don't think that I necessarily need the access to them. Occasionally I like to show someone like a picture of me and Lucas from 2013, but Lucas is my husband. I don't need all of the photos on my phone. I think having them on my Dropbox just stored away safely. I can access them from the app if I want to. I think that will help me to feel less overwhelmed. That'll help me feel less overwhelmed by how much I have, how much I possess. Next one is kind of like a behavioral change. So I think you guys may remember that I think you guys might know that I was off of social media for a while, but because I just had a wedding, I kind of got sucked back into social media, just trying to like get inspiration for hosting my own wedding. And now I'm kind of addicted to it again. That's a video that I need to update you guys on. I've found that I don't necessarily have the urge to post on my personal social media as much. I don't feel inclined to like post about my life anymore. And this has changed the way that I go and experience things. I think if we were really brutally honest, when we go and do things and we take lots of pictures and stuff, sometimes I feel like that's driven by wanting to brag on social media, like just to put it simply, like being like, look what I'm doing right now. I am certainly victim to this. And when you kind of take away that intention of like, I don't plan to share this with people, and maybe you can decide it later on because you took like a couple and you're like, yeah, maybe. But when you kind of take away that, like, I'm not going to tell people what I'm doing in this moment or right now or today, it kind of takes away that need to like capture everything, and you're kind of more in the moment, experiencing whatever it is that you're doing more intentionally. I just went to a BTS concert 2 nights ago and I didn't take that much footage. So tempting. Like I still took a few. It was so tempting to like film everything because I love BTS and it's my 3rd concert that I've gone to see them. I rarely look back at any of the footage from the previous concerts. I remember like wanting to post the night of the 2nd concert that I saw and put all the clips and be like, look where I am and look at who I saw and like I'm a fan. And yeah, I didn't have that intention this time. I put like a picture of me and Lucas. It definitely felt a lot nicer just kind of being in the moment. And then I went and journaled about it. I actually don't want to tell you how many emails I have. I'm really embarrassed by it, but just know it's an absurd amount and it's something that I continuously ignore every day. I've unsubscribed. I've unsubscribed from the pointless, subscriptions. I just don't delete the emails fast enough and they just keep piling up. So I think for starters, I seriously need to purge some emails. How I ended up with 5 emails. For starters, YouTube doesn't let you change your email. And this one kind of became like a junk email, and I wanted to kind of separate YouTube because it's more of like, I'm hoping to make it more of like professional work tied to like my professional work. Then I have my 2nd YouTube channel and they make you create email for that one. So now I have another email. It's just endless. In order to like try and get a hold of my junk email, I created a new junk email. I'm planning to get rid of that one and just make my YouTube one the junk email again. The thing is that when you unsubscribe and you're like, oh, but I like that store, just resubscribe again later and you get the perk, the 10% off or whatever they give you. But, you'll kind of forget about the place and it doesn't become like a staple, and then you're saving yourself money anyways. Unsubscribe to literally everything. That's where you start. I also have to before I can just go and delete my emails, I have the actual account, I have to make sure that it's not tied to anything important. And so that's going to take me a little bit of time. But I told myself that this is the year that I purge my emails finally. If you didn't know, emails take up cloud space and cloud space uses data centers and cloud storage, and that affects our planet. And it's something that I've always felt really guilty about. I know that like my impact is like this much compared to like big corporations, but like if I cannot be a part of that, that would be great. I have like a ridiculous amount of notes on my phone, but the only two that I ever use are my passwords and my grocery list. I just reuse the same grocery list over and over. And so what I want to do is go back through and get my journal and just handwrite anything that stands out to me. If it's like a little quote, sometimes if I have like an idea or something, I just jot it down. That is how I'm going to take actions to eliminating my notes because I don't need them. There is an app that I use called Index, INDYX. Hi, Editing Taylor here. I was trying to explain that I use the Index app to record any items that are a wish list item for me. It is advertised for clothing, but I use it for any item and I can kind of see it categorized, and that way I don't have to screenshot the item or record the link in my notes. It's all just put into that app. And now that I can kind of like let it live on there, I don't have to have the screenshots on my phone. I don't have to have the links in my notes. Last category are my text messages. I don't think that I'm missing anything else. I hold on to text messages, especially between me and Lucas. We've been dating for, well, technically 13 years, but now we're married as of a month and a half ago. I keep all of his text messages. I'm sure that his text thread is the like largest thing out of my phone. It's insane. I will say to my benefit, by keeping text messages, I'll ask my mom, like, what's the Netflix password again? Or what's the Hulu password? And I just search it now, like in my, they have the search feature in your messages, and I just put Hulu and then I can find where it is. But if I just go and put that in my password sheet, I wouldn't have to do that. I think I need to kind of like learn to let go of needing to hold on to text messages. I think to myself that I might go back and look at some of the messages that Lucas and I have said over the years. I think what it makes me want to do is like what I did with my old iPhone, is that I go and screenshot like whenever he says something really sweet that makes my heart flutter or something. I can screenshot that and save that. But I don't need to have like texts from 13 years of us being like, what are you picking up from the grocery store? If anything, like Lucas and I write letters to each other. Like I have those. I have some from like old workmates that I'm like, they don't even talk to me anymore. I got laid off. They don't talk to me. I don't need to have their texts. Those are my action steps for cleaning up my digital declutter. Hopefully I'll have an update for you in the future. No more digital clutter is happening. If you have any digital decluttering tips, please share them. As you can see, I really need them, but hopefully my tips might help you and inspire you as well. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.